Here is a demonstration on how to configure Centro's new Start a Session with an Agentforce agent in Microsoft Teams. In this example, you'll see how you can configure a Salesforce Flow to prompt your user when they need to address data hygiene issues. In this example, we're telling them that they need to look at the opportunity Express Logistics portable truck generators as the close date is in the past and ask them to update the new close date. This works in Salesforce Flow. In this example, we're using a record-triggered flow here, and we're triggering this record on the opportunity. When the opportunity meets certain criteria, we're using the Centro flow element, Start a Session, an Agentforce session. You can see here there are several prompts and inputs that you need to enter into the Centro flow element. The first is the Agentforce agent. So here you can see I have all of my active Agentforce agents that I can use to prompt and use in the prompt for the user in Microsoft Teams. In this example, I'm using the Salesforce Sales Agent. This allows me to have all the capabilities of the sales agent in Microsoft Teams. This is also an employee agent, so it is directly authenticated and knows who my user is in Salesforce. Next is the @mentionable user. This can be configured in another, based on another video, but it basically allows you to pick the user that you want the sales rep to interact with in Microsoft Teams. In this example, I'm using the Centro agent. The next step is specifying which user we're going to start the session with. In this example, I'm passing it through a text variable of the owner ID to the session. I'm setting that owner ID here, and you can see that I am setting it based on the triggering opportunity, the owner ID, and then using the Slack user ID, which is actually the Teams ID of the Teams user. Next is the prompt. So this is optional and because you can just start a generic session, but in this case I wanted to set a session associated with a particular record in Salesforce. So if we take a look at this text template, you can see here that I have a prompt that says the following opportunity record ID, and I can then pass this in from the triggering opportunity. Here. So that way it's dynamic, has an opportunity close date in the past. Please prompt me to update the close date to a new value. Okay, so this can be dynamic and can be for whatever data hygiene pieces you want to address. Finally, you have some output variables. So you can manually assign the conversation ID that's associated with this post. And therefore, you can do some additional things like post Centro record blocks or others to address that. Please reach out with any questions if you have any thoughts or concerns about this implementation. Thank you.